Hello, so we are going to be doing notes a little bit different today. This will be a video that you will watch me give the notes and present them to you. The benefit of this type of notes is that you can pause the video or you can rewatch it as many times as you need to maybe grasp the concepts. So, if I am going too fast, please pause the video, finish writing, and then you can continue. We are in no rush to finish these videos. I will say that this presentation is a little different than our other notes. It has less words, so you will have to be listening and writing down together to make sure that you stay on track. So today we are going to be talking about the Louisiana Purchase of 1803. Let's get started. Thomas Jefferson was president at the time of the Louisiana Purchase, but before we get there, I need to give you some background knowledge. So, the United States had grown from its original 13 colonies. Within this red circle is the amount of land that the United States owned. However, as we do, and as many countries do, we want to expand our power and we want to expand our land. The United States was starting to get kind of this concept that we needed to move farther out and expand our borders. So Thomas Jefferson started looking into that. Thomas Jefferson, however, ran into a few problems. So the first problem is that the United States did not have a port in the Gulf. This is important because if the United States was to move west, it would be very, very, very difficult for their goods to be transported out there. However, if they had a port in the Gulf, they could go up the Mississippi River and they could distribute the goods quicker than trying to move it all the way across the eastern half of the United States. The second and the most important thing is that the Louisiana Territory was not under our control. Another European country owned the Louisiana Territory. So the two biggest problems was there was no port in the Gulf, and the Louisiana Purchase, or the Louisiana Territory, belonged to a different country. There was another problem. So the Spanish had kind of lost their power in North America. So they did a top secret deal with France. France at the time had still some good power in North America. France and Spain came up to an agreement that they would be able to have the Louisiana Territory under their control. And because they had the Louisiana Territory under the control, there was a treaty that was knocked out of the United States. This treaty said that the United States could hold goods at the port of New Orleans. So they were able to access the port of New Orleans. However, after this top secret treaty, the United States got a little bit nervous and they really wanted to see what they could maybe negotiate with France in the future. This is super important because France was under control of Napoleon Bonaparte. Napoleon Bonaparte was a small man who was a very, very mighty warrior. He sent his country into many wars, and of course, when you have war, you are going to have war debt. Napoleon had large sum of money that he owed because of war. They just kept getting into war and kept getting into war. And so the United States decided that maybe they could talk Napoleon Bonaparte into giving them the port of New Orleans. At this time, they did not care about the Louisiana Territory. Their main concern was about storing supplies and being able to have access to the port of New Orleans. So like I said, Thomas Jefferson is going to send a few men over to Paris to try and negotiate the port of New Orleans. But there is a little sketchy, kind of secretive deal going on. Thomas Jefferson knew that the United States government would not be happy or would not want to kind of negotiate on certain terms. So he sent these men in secret to go talk to Napoleon Bonaparte and his men to try and negotiate the port of New Orleans. And luckily for Thomas Jefferson, this was one of the biggest purchases in United States history. So they got over there, and the United States, like I said, had some fears that France would not give over the port of New Orleans. However, this quickly was diminished when they said you could have two things. You can have the port of New Orleans, and you can have all of this land. The Louisiana Purchase doubled the size of the United States. They were able to negotiate the Louisiana Purchase for only $15 million. This was one of the biggest impactful purchases the United States had ever had, and it was a secret deal. They bought this territory in the port without even getting it accepted by the United States government. This is a big no-no. However, since it was such a great deal, and because we did get a bargain on it, I'll let you decide. Was the Louisiana Purchase worth it? And did you guys make the right decision in Deal or No Deal last week? After you are finished watching this video, you need to come and see me and show me what notes you have taken. If you have not taken any notes, then I would suggest that you rewatch this and take some notes while you are listening. Alright, thanks for watching.